Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Game of the Week. Finally, it's here. The focus of the college football world right here on this field today, and we can't wait. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Razorbacks will kick this away to start us off. Returner decides to field it. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
And now the running back's got it again. They moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 now. It's a run. Running back's got it. Well, Kirk, you played in plenty of rivalry games. How do they feel different from the others?
Well, Chris, rivalry games, and depending on who the coach is, this is a game you think about all year. You know, you're working out in the weight room. You're doing drills in summer two-a-days. Everything is focused on getting to this game and playing your very best.
And now the handoff. Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
7th play of the opening drive. They've moved it, but now face a 3rd down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Missouri.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. getting set to kick the ball off now. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Receiver makes the grab.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Catch made on the out route. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Freshman shows inexperience. Lucky he didn't get intercepted. And remember, the last time these teams met, it came right down to the wire.
Well, Chris, there's so many great rivalry games that we all look forward to every single year. But with these two teams, it just always seems to be a tight matchup.
Back to throw again. Going for a big play downfield. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Hogs. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And it's good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Number 31, set to kick it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. Coverage team brings down the returner. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Then they keep it going. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
It's an out route. The catch made. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. Third down upcoming after that completion. Try and muscle for the first down. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, what a cut, and still going. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Brought down after a short return, but the interception gives the offense the football at the 40.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Looking to throw it on first down. There's a shot toward the end zone. Downfield shot goes incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
That sack makes it third down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Oh, that one's picked off. Going the other way, can they catch him? Across the 40. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in his own coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So, timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Didn't quite get the playoff in time. It'll be delay of game. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down here for this offense. Off the RPO, caught to the right. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run the option. Pitch play to the back. And tackled there by the defense. So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. They'll give it to the back. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. And as we move to the second quarter, we hope these teams will build a promising start. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They'll run it from the gun. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Looking to pass this time. Trying to extend the play. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, there's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of the quarterback trying to throw a football. And on this play, they end up flushing him out to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football. That's what led to this incompletion.
The defense with more pre-snap movement. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. The pocket breaking down. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Arkansas offense back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Tackle made after the completion. The Razorbacks hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. He's moving out of the pocket now. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
This could be a turning point in this football game. Defense does a good job. It's third down. They got to get after this quarterback, and instead, he pulls it down and picks up big yards for a first down. Kind of feel the momentum flipping here.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And the Razorbacks looking to keep this drive rolling. And looking to throw now on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. The pass ball is incomplete on the scramble. That's good coverage.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
It's up 7. It's third down.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. And the junior gets home, making a sack there. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The Razorbacks with 1st and 10 here. And the quarterback dropping back. Looking right, this one caught. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Second down, we're going to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Extending the play now. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Boy, this defense, everything you want from them they do here except contain the quarterback. Nobody's open downfield. They pressure the quarterback. The only problem is they can't keep him short of the first down marker.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And that's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. Offense getting set. Second down play here. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. He'll take a deep shot here. But this one is broken up. Ball's incomplete.
But Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He's got a receiver wide open here. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And the Razorbacks hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Trying for the touchdown, they'll test the left side. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Touchdown, Arkansas. Number 1 in the end zone.
And they'll set up for the PAT. The extra point is good, so it's 14-10 now.
That makes the score Arkansas 14.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Number 31 set to kick off.
That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. Movement here from the tight end. He hands it to the back. Impressive spin move. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40. No huddle here for the offense. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. And they hand it off to the back. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And he fires the football to the right side. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looking for the wideout. Incomplete for a third straight play.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this. Behind the sticks. Once you get him behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
Fourth down, he's throwing for it. Flips it to the running back. Can he make the first down? And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this fourth down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. He dumps it off to the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. That's caught. It's James. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. One of those critical 3rd down plays coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Look out, he's got some space. He's at the 50. At the 30 now. Inside the 10. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers.
God, it's a risky throw here, so close to the goal line. This defender makes this interception, Chris. Sometimes you see a guy hesitate. He might think about taking a knee. This guy didn't. It gave him momentum and the speed that he needed to be able to get to the end zone.
Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking to make a play deep downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he's going to launch it deep again. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's got a man down the middle. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. Trying to connect from 40 yards out. He knocks this one right through. And that field goal, the final play of this opening half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Razorbacks offense is back out on the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He'll take a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. That puts him over 150 yards today. Kirk, we knew he was going to be a focus coming in, but he has backed up the hype and then some.
Yeah, he sure has, Chris. I mean, all year long, he's been a dynamic playmaker. I'd argue one of the top in the entire country. And now, in a rivalry game, to be able to do this, boy, it says a lot about him.
Second down after that previous play. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Fires it on the move. He pulls in the catch. And he finally steps out of bounds after a huge gain. It'll be 1st down and goal.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's the option play. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Touchdown, Arkansas. And they go in front here in the second half. Kicking team out for the PAT try.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to kickoff.
This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. The Missouri offense back out on the field. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
A gain makes it second and medium. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Crossing the 40. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. First down, looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. And the freshman making an impact play there.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Second down now after the sack. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. Looking to pass here on second down. He's hit as he throws it. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. The returner is brought down. Gets to start on the next drive. The Arkansas offense is back out on the field now. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? On the shotgun, it's a handoff. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fist. They holding their own with the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. The Razorbacks will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. Makes the catch downfield.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And the Razorbacks lining up here on 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds the receiver wide open. Touchdown, Hogs. Strong game by this quarterback. And momentum really building now. Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
No problem with PAT right down the middle.
Missouri, 17.
Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And the freshman brings him down quickly. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle. Keeping it on the ground here. Running through the tackle. Tackled behind the line. It's
It's the running back.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take a lead in this game at some point.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Fires it to the wideout. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the Arkansas offense back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? They're going to run the option. And they finally get him down, but the quarterback keeper there picks up a big chunk and a first down.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Movement at the second level of the defense now. And a handoff as they run the counter play. Can he reach the end zone? Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Now they get set to kick it away.
Number 31, set to kick this one away.
On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Missouri offense back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Defense is coming after him. And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. He's going to bring up second down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Gets into space at the 50. And a huge gain across midfield all the way to the 40-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Hit just as he throws the ball. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. This Missouri offense is moving quickly down the field. Trying to find some room. It's Lacey. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be 1st down and goal. The defense backed up against their own end zone. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
Point after, up and good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. A change of direction. They make the tackle, but he gains enough to make the 1st down in what should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. From the shotgun, drops back. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
When the defense gets these guys to 3rd down, they got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the 1st down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
You're starting to see this defense, I think, wear down now that we're in the 4th quarter. It's been a tough day for them, and the offense is taking advantage of it. A lot of positive plays. Good job at eating as much clock as they can here on this drive in the 4th quarter.
Finds room at the 30. Unleashes the stiff arm. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The Razorbacks have 1st and 10 here. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you.
Touchdown, Arkansas. Still no answer for this offense. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
45, Missouri, 24.
Kickoff fielded inside the 20. The coverage team brings it down at the 26. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. The linebacker shifting around now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
And here comes a deep shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And just like that, in one play, they've moved into scoring position at the 23.
That's one way to be able to move the football up the field in a hurry. These are the types of plays that can really galvanize an offense.
First down. They're going to throw the football. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Quarterback keeps the football. Picks up the first, looking for more. Stop out at the 39, but good enough for a first down.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Send the back in motion. We'll try to run it with the option. Breaking free at midfield. Oh, and the keeper slashing through the defense. Enough for a first down.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, the defense got out-muscled at the point of attack there, and the back showed good vision to get to the hole and get the first down.
Got a lane. Can he get in? Tackled at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have...
Touchdown, Hogs. And the route is on. And they'll set up now for the extra point drop. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead.
That makes the score for Arkansas 52, Missouri 24.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
To kick it off.
Returner looking to make a play here. Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive.
And your Missouri Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. He's looking to scramble. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offense getting set. It's second down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Finding space at the 20. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. An important third down attempt for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Tigers. This offense cannot be stopped.
Love this never-say-die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. They went backwards on first down, so second and long from the 24. Quarterback's got it on the option. Some hard running there through a tackle. Gets into space at the 50. Oh, and it's a fumble. It's a turnover.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball on the ground and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. With the catch, it's Lacey. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw it on first down. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense jumps on the football.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on a ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And it's a kneel down. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Took contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Quarterback still with the football. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
And the Razorbacks will come to the line looking to convert on fourth down. Needs a completion here on fourth down. And he throws his third interception of the day. And he's got some open field ahead. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock instead. Throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
Running out of time in the pocket. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up fourth.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Fires it to the wideout. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? Going the other way. Can they stop him?